And stop worrying so much about money. You're all richer than Midas. And it's not going to be long before that becomes apparent to many people throughout the globe that yes, once you cut out the middlemen and you cut out the scheming bankers and you cut out the scheming politicians and you get back to reality, there's more than enough for everybody on this planet to have everything that they need to live and grow and thrive and have a home and have a family and do the things that we as living beings need to do. Okay, so this is not a question. There is more than enough gold to go around. There is more than enough silver to go around. There is more than enough water, land, air, and everything else to fulfill the needs of every person that's alive on this planet today and far into the future, too. So all these things that you've been taught as bugaboos are just nothing but self-interested BS by charlatans. The world is not going to stop spinning. The air above us is still going to be there. The water still belongs to us. The land still belongs to us. And it's going to be a world of hurt the moment that the corporations try to take over and serve themselves at the expense of living people. Because corporations are not persons. Corporations are things. And the moment that they began calling corporations persons is when a fundamental lie, a fraud, a purposeful semantic deceit entered in to common parlance in the government, which was designed to obfuscate the nature of the entity being referred to. So, since February 2nd, 1871, we've had a viper in our breast in the form of deliberate semantic deceit leading to fraudulent misrepresentation, impersonation, identity theft, and other crimes that are well known today, but which were not so well known back then. Now, it doesn't matter when a fraud starts. It could have been yesterday or 150 years ago. Fraud is fraud, and it taints everything it touches. So there is a fraud that goes back to 1871. And we all need to be on our broomsticks and our high horses and whatever the hell else. And we need to be talking about it. We need to be bringing this forward. We need to be writing letters. We need to be basically banging our dish on the floor like angry dogs and letting all these government servants know that, yes, indeed, there are people here. They're employers, and their employers are fed up. Their employers know what's been going on here, and their employers are not happy. We need to be writing to the Privy Council members. We need to be writing to the members of Parliament and jacking them up. We need to be sharing this news with all of our friends and neighbors in Great Britain, England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. We need to be bringing this forward and sharing it with everyone in Australia, New Zealand, throughout Africa, throughout the Middle East, throughout Asia. This is something so humongous. The fraud and the depth of the depravity is such that it affects every country on earth. And it has been going on so long, it is so institutionalized that it is very intractable. It's hard to adjust, or to put it more bluntly, as Hunter Aki is always saying, you can't fix evil. You simply can't do it. You can't fix evil because fraud taints everything. You can't fix evil because of its nature. You can't fix evil because of its vibratory pattern, its energetics, its frequency, its misalignment with nature itself renders it impossible for us to fix it. All that can be done is for us to turn away from evil and begin to embrace what is truly good. And one of the things that we can very easily identify as a good is life itself. If we don't value our lives and we don't value life, then what? You value death? No. This whole mess has run its course. It has landed at the outer limits of insanity, where we have an actual death cult that makes money off of death and that promotes death and that promotes eternal war. It's called the patriarchy. It's a crazy system in which corporations have been run as interlocking trust directorates, turned into gigantic monopolies, and used to control the entire world for the benefit of a few interests. And we simply cannot allow it to go on. We can't look at it in terms of reform. It's simply something that needs to end. Now, I've often called it commercial feudalism because that's what it is. It's a form of feudalism. Only the serfs are corporations instead of living people. And the only reason that it's set up that way is to give the appearance of legality. It's set up that way to, quote unquote, legalize what is essentially and always criminal. So a lot of these, quote unquote, legalizations that they have performed and relied upon have shown to be in themselves incorrect, non-existent. In other words, the excuses that they used to legalize things like marriage licenses, for example, or driver licenses, for another example, are non-existent. Federal Reserve notes? The only thing giving legitimacy to the Federal Reserve note are all the underlying guarantees that were supposed to be given to the people as remedy and which were not provided. They didn't provide remedy, therefore nothing happened. Federal Reserve notes are as illegal today as they were in 1913.
Okay, we got some questions that have come in for you if you're ready for them, Anna.